And this is going to be an old-fashioned campaign-style rally, and clearly Judge Moore is, frankly, Sandra, looking for a bit of a Trump bump. Now, understand this. The president has a reputation for being a forceful and dramatic and direct speaker. Well, tonight we actually expect a bit of nuance as it relates to Judge Moore. That is to say, more of a criticism of his opponent, Doug Jones, than maybe an outright celebration of Judge Moore himself. That said, it is right in the president's wheelhouse, you'd have to admit, right? I mean, to use that baseball expression of right over the plate, right in that part where you're most likely to hit a home run. Well, that's this for the president. A rally, a high-energy room, and a sales pitch. In this case, he's selling to conservatives to get out there and make your voice heard. This is clearly where he's most comfortable as he makes his way back to Pensacola for the fourth time in 2 years and the first time as president. And while he'll be just a few miles from the Alabama border, as that graphic pointed out, not far from where Judge Moore is in the throes of that heated and bitter campaign, Moore himself will not attend the campaign event tonight. His campaign issuing a statement which reads in part, Judge Moore is campaigning hard and engaging with Alabama voters. He will not be in Pensacola, but is grateful to have the president rallying conservatives near Alabama. We are actively encouraging supporters to attend the rally and look forward to victory on the 12th. Now, you know how this goes, obviously, from your perch as a journalist. Sometimes, Sandra, we see changes in the schedule. I'm not suggesting Moore is going to pop up and make this dramatic appearance, but I would say this, always expect the unexpected when it comes to rallies like this. We'll keep an eye on it again tonight at 8 o'clock live coverage here on Fox.
Fair enough, Kevin. And tonight was that big deadline to fund the government. The president and congressional leaders are avoiding shutdown, at least for now.
Yeah, you're right. Listen, we saw the spray here at the White House yesterday, congressional leaders making their way here. And I would characterize, Sandra, the readout this way. We're going to agree to disagree on the major big-ticket items yet to be hashed out. But we agree on the necessity to keep funding the government. That was my takeaway in my conversations with White House officials following that big meeting. Of course, this is so important to keep the government funded at least for a couple of weeks. Yesterday's meeting always about bridging the political span, which some people would argue is about the size of the Grand Canyon. But clearly yesterday they were able to put heads together and figure out a way to get this over to congressional lawmakers on the Hill to keep the government operating, at least for now. By the way, I should point this out. That doesn't mean that everything is worked out. We still have to figure out a clean CR, funding the military and veterans, and what about a DACA fix and children's health programs? All that is still on the table, as well as tax reform. More conversations yet to come.